Hey y'all, what's going on? My name is Jamie. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, I have got a stuffed meatball recipe for you. I cannot wait to try it. I found it over on Pinterest and I will link it down below in case that you want to try it out as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to my channel already, you can do so by clicking that little red subscribe button and hit the notification bell. So anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to find out. All right, let's get cooking. All right, so for this recipe, now the recipe that I'm gonna link down below does call for 2.5 pounds of ground turkey, but I only had 1 pound of ground turkey, and I'm just gonna mix it in with a pound of ground beef. And you know what? I have seen a lot of cooking channels before, not just on YouTube, but I mean like on TV, where they'll mix meats together. So I figured this should be fine. So I've got a pound of turkey and a pound of ground beef, so we're gonna use that. For this recipe, you're going to need 2 eggs, a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I have got my cheese. This is mozzarella cheese. I've got 24 cubes here. I just got a block of mozzarella cheese and I just cubed it up myself, or I'm sure you probably find pre-cubed cheese, you know, whatever. I've got a half a cup of pork rinds I had crushed up myself. These are the seasonings that we're going to be using. We've got some garlic powder, black pepper, salt, and Italian seasoning. And I've actually got all of my seasoning in this little cup right here. 2 tablespoons, half, half, and half. So I've got that all in here. And so we're just gonna go ahead and mix all of these ingredients into here, mix it up really well. And then you're gonna do 24 meatballs, and then you're going to take 1 cube of cheese and then shove it into one of the meatballs, and then we're gonna get it into our crock pot. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Are you kidding me? Of course this would happen because, oh my God. I got all the shells out. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, good golly, I cannot believe that just happened. All right, so we have our eggs, our Parmesan cheese, pork rinds, seasonings, and we're gonna go ahead and mix this all together. Okay, so now that I've got my meat all mixed up, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get 24 meatballs out of this. So I'm gonna start off with doing them like this, and I'm just gonna put them on my tray over here. So I have 15 on this tray here. Really should have started with a bigger tray in the first place, but oh well, whatever. Now that I have all my meatballs done, I got 24 out of them. So now I'm going to take each one and I'm going to insert a cube of cheese into them. So looks something like that. Okay, so apparently I miscounted. I actually made 22 meatballs instead of 24. Apparently I don't know how to count, and that's probably why I have extra cheese, but oh well. So next we're moving on to the sauce. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is start off with a 28 ounce can of crushed tomatoes. So I'm gonna get that into our bowl. So I need 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. This is my 2 teaspoon measuring spoon. a tablespoon of oil. I have avocado oil. Now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of the basil. Since I've already kind of got this one wet, I'm going to use my 1 tablespoon. So we're going to do 2 of the basil. Just to let y'all know, this is not my marinara recipe that you've seen me use before. This is actually the recipe that I'm following on the Pinterest, the recipe I found on Pinterest. So I'm following her recipe. 1 teaspoon of parsley. Teaspoon of salt. And half a teaspoon of pepper, which I'm just going to use the same spoon, but just do half. So call that good. And we're going to go ahead and mix that all up. Now we're just going to take the marinara sauce and cover the bottom. Probably about half the sauce. We're going to just cover the bottom. Then we're going to take our meatballs and put them in the sauce like this. Sure, it will be just fine if they're touching each other, because that's what's just going to have to happen. Okay, and then we're just going to pour the rest of the marinara sauce on top of them. All right, so we got our lid on our crock pot, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on high for 6 hours. So we'll come back as soon as they're done. Okay, it is ready. Let's take the lid off of this. So this is what the meatballs are looking like after 6 hours. They're looking cooked. They're smelling amazing. Man, I cannot wait to dig in. Let's see if I can stir this sauce around a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be very successful with that. I feel like they're kind of falling apart. And I got my bowl here. So I have my daughter's bowl right here. She's going to have hers over some pasta, but I'm going to have mine without. Look at that. Woo, getting smoky here. Steamy. It's getting steamy up in here. All right, 4, and I think I'm going to take one more. Do this one right here. Of course, if you are not doing keto or low carb, you can go ahead and serve yours over just regular spaghetti noodles like I'm doing for my kids. My oldest daughter isn't home yet, so I'm just doing it Megan's bowl right now. Or if you want to, you could probably even serve this over some like zoodles or something. I'm gonna go ahead and say, now this recipe does smell really, really good, but I'm a little worried about the marinara sauce with it having the avocado oil in it, because as you can, I don't know if you could see the separation with the sauce and with the oil, you know, right there. I know this is getting really steamy, so I apologize for that. I'm just a little concerned with it being too oily, you know, like it's not mixing up very well. So I don't know, I'm gonna try to get some of this sauce out onto my daughter's bowl here. And I'm gonna cut one of these meatballs up so that you can see the cheesy goodness inside. All right, so I've got one of my meatballs here. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this in half. And, uh-oh, where's the cheese? You saw me put it in there. All right, so maybe the cheese is like melted in there. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick bite. All right, so this is actually really tasty. The sauce, I mean, like the sauce is actually really good. Like, it doesn't taste oily. So I'm really happy to hear about that. I'm gonna wait and find out what Megan says about the sauce, since I put hers over top of spaghetti. Whereas with mine, I do not have, and can you see how the oil is separating everything right there? So just a little bit of concern about that. Now I'm kind of concerned if there's going to be any cheese inside my meatballs, because I had cheese inside that meatball and I couldn't find it. So I don't know. Either way, this tastes really good. And yeah, I probably would make this again. So couldn't see the cheese, but I took that bite right there and I could taste it. So I think it's like blended in with the meat or something. I don't even know how that works. I don't understand food science, but I did taste the cheese. It was pretty good. All right, I'm gonna have some dinner.